questions, okay?
You basically say...
Generally always go first.
Of course. So I'm just basically asking Governor, if lawmakers don't pass redistricting, are you talking about going full force and bringing primary challenges?
So I think I've said that before on record. If hopefully we won't have to drag them through this more than what we've done so far, but it's not over if they don't do it. I'm hoping that you've seen the support here, and the most vocal part of our youth in this state obviously are for it. And what happens after remains to be seen, but it'll be a longer term thing that gets a Senate. It's not a wet blanket for everything you'll want to do to make Indiana better. Hell, they fought health care reform. They made property tax relief difficult. They're generally the place where things die for any good idea. And when you're talking about bringing healthcare costs down, that's a big agenda item on the other side of the aisle. We will do more to reform healthcare costs, make it available and affordable than any other governor has attempted to do. And the Senate would be the one place where that probably wouldn't happen because they defend the status quo. So we'll see.
A lot of people have been critical of breaking up Marion County into 4 districts. What's your response to that, being one of the most diverse places?
Why don't you call Massachusetts and see why they did it there and have done it for 20 years? That argument that if you're doing it, it's a political maneuver. The other side of the aisle has been much better at it. They're complaining loudly because they can't do much more of it. This is about evening the playing field, and a state like ours, even with these maps, will be far less gerrymandered than almost any blue state that has already taken it to the hill. So,
Governor Braun, turn to the governor's office.
I'll go one more question here and then here. Go ahead.
Thank you. Does the governor's office have a vote count? If so, what's it looking like in the Senate? Do you think they have enough votes?
I thought I heard someone say earlier that they had a majority in the Senate, so that would be some public announcement that I'm not aware of. All I can tell you is there were 20 senators roughly on board 2 to 3 weeks ago. And when they were coming on board so quickly, publicly and privately, that is when the Senate pulled the plug. And the Senate has come back since then. And I'm not sure if they're still rope-a-doping or we're going to get them across. But if they don't, like we talked earlier, the discussion's not over. So here, I think they are out of sync with most Republicans and conservatives in the state. We know where the other side of the aisle is. They're loudly against it because they were the masters of it, and they can't do any more of it, marginally speaking. Go ahead. You get the last question.
All right. Governor Braun, Turning Point announced today that they will be pumping, up to 8 figures into primary races against Senate Republicans who do not vote for redistricting.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your role will be in supporting
what my opinion will be?
What your role will be in supporting those primary candidates and just kind of the role that you're going to play?
So you're going to, in my opinion, I told you earlier, if we want a Senate that everything dies within, political or even policy-wise, this is kind of symbolic of what the next 3 to 7 years will be. And I've won and gone through the toughest political races probably any Hoosier has ever gone through in recent times. So I know how to get from here to there. And if you're trying to be against actually fixing things like health care, making education more affordable, doing things that makes this state run better, that's the place in the first year I've had to wrestle with the most. So I think that'll be my answer. Thank you so much.
Are you worried about the fight will make the session less productive?
No, I don't. I deal with always doing things from a kind of a principled, philosophical point of view, and then know how to use the tactics, the persuasion, and everything to make your case. That's what I did when I ran for Senate, started with 1%. Put 2 and 2 together, how things will work out. Thank you.
Thank you.